Hello everyone, you are welcome to today's class. In today's class, we are going to be looking at word problems on quadratic equations. So which is one of the applications of equation. And the example under this topic is example 1, which is two numbers have a sum of 21 and a product of 98. Find the two numbers. So what we are going to do here, we are going to represent the two numbers using letter X and Y, and now select the numbers B, X, and Y. So then two numbers have a sum of 21. So the sum of X and Y, so the two numbers are X and Y, then their sum will be 21. That is the addition of the two numbers, that is X plus Y equals to 21. So we call this equation 1. Then their product, that is the product of the two numbers, that is X times Y, will give us 98. So we now have X times Y, which is 98. So X times Y is the same thing as XY, which is equals to 98. So we call this equation 2. So you now solve equation 1 and 2 using substitution method of solving simultaneous equation. So we have X plus Y equals to 21, equation 1. Then XY equals to 98, equation 2. So you can now say from 1. So what is equation 1? That is X plus Y equals to 21. So we need to make one of the unknowns the subject of formula. If you like, you can make X the subject of formula, or you make Y the subject of formula. So let me make X the subject of formula to get my Y first. So we have X plus Y equals to 21. Then making X the subject of formula, we have X to be equals to 21 minus Y. So we call this equation 3. So you can now put 3 and 2. So that means we substitute equation 3 and 2. It means anywhere we get X in equation 3, we put 21 minus Y there. So equation 2 is XY equals to 98. Then replace X with 21 minus Y. So we have 21 minus Y. Then multiply by Y equals to 98. So open the bracket, we have 21Y minus Y squared equals 98. So you can rewrite this as minus Y squared plus 21Y minus 98 equals 0. So we can multiply through by minus. So this becomes, multiply through by minus 1. So we have Y squared, because minus times minus is plus. 1 times Y squared is Y squared plus, minus. Minus 1 times plus 21Y, that's minus 21Y. Minus 1 multiplied by minus 98, that's plus 98, equals to 0. So this is normal quadratic equation. You can see the topic is word problems on quadratic equation. So this is quadratic equation. So we can now solve this using either factorization method, elimination method, completing the square method, or formula method. So I think this question is factorizable, so I'm going to factorize. So we have this Y squared multiplied by 98, that's 98 Y squared. So we now look for two factors of 98 that will add up to minus 21Y. So I've told you, you can use the LCM format. So 98 here, used to 2 in 98, that is 49. Then we have 7, 7 and 49, 7, 7 and 7, 1. So we have 2 times 7 times 7. So if you group this, 7 times 7, 49, 49 plus 2 or minus 2 cannot give us 21. So we are going to use another group. So I group 2 and 7, that is 2 times 7, 14 and 7. So 2 times 7, that's 14, 14 and 7. So 14 times 7 is plus 98. Well, 14 minus 7 is 7. But what of minus 14 minus 7? Will give us minus 21. So we now have minus 14y minus 7y will give us minus 21y. But minus 14y multiplied by minus 7y will give us plus 98y squared. So we are going to replace minus 21y with minus 14y and minus 7y. So we now have y squared minus 14y minus 7y plus 98 equal 0. So we now group this equation. So we have y squared minus 14y in bracket, then minus, if you extract minus from minus, you'll be left with plus, that is plus 7y. Then extract minus from plus again, it will be minus, that is minus 98 equals to 0. So the next thing to do is to look for the common factor. So the common factor here is y into y in y squared, you are left with y, minus y in 14y, that's 14, then minus, the common factor here is 7, so 7 in 7y, you are left with y, then minus 7 in 98, that's 14, equals to 0. So you can now look for another common factor, which is y minus 14, y minus 14. Just take one out of the two. Take one out of the two, y minus 14. So we have y minus 14 in bracket, then into, we are left with y minus 7 equals to 0. So you can now say either y minus 14 equals 0 or y minus 7 equals 0. Therefore, y equals to 14 or y equals to 7. So these are the two values of y. So we are going to get x because we need the numbers to be what? X and y, not y and y. So we are going to go back to equation 3 that says x equals to what? 21 minus y. So you can now say when y equals to 14, then x equals to 21 minus y, which is 21 minus 14, which is equals to 7. Then the second value of x is when y is 7. So we put it in equation 3 as well. So we have x equals to 21 minus y, which is 21 minus 7. So 21 minus 7 is 14. So in summary, so the two numbers are, that is x, y. So that is when x is 7, y is 14. And when x is 14, y is 7. So these are the two values. That is, if you want to check, just say 7 plus 14, it will give us 21. But 7 multiplied by 14 will give us 28. So that's the solution to the first question. So let's move to the example 2 says the area of a rectangular floor is 13.5 meters squared. One side is 1.5 meters longer than the other. Calculate the dimensions of the floor. So the dimension we are looking for is the length and the breadth. So to do that, we have a rectangular floor. We have a rectangular floor as this. So one of the properties of the rectangle, it means the opposite sides are the same. Opposite sides of the rectangle are the same. So, but the question says the area of a rectangular floor is 13.5 meters squared. So area equals to 13.5 meters squared. One side is 1.5 meters longer than the other. So let's assume the shortest side is x. So we call it width. While the length is given as 1.5 meters longer than the width. So it's now going to be W, or you say length equals to W plus 1.5 meters. So 1.5 meters. It means if the width is then length will be 1.5 more than 10. That is 11.5. So that's the limit. So here now, the width is W, which is the shortest side of the rectangle, while the longer side is W plus 1.5. So the question now says calculate the dimension of the floor. So to know the dimension of the floor, we must know the area of the rectangle. So what is area of the rectangle formula? So area of a rectangular floor equals to the length multiplied by the width. So area is given as 13.5, so we have 13.5 equals to the length. Length is the same thing as W plus 1.5, then multiplied by the width, which is W. So we now rewrite this as, or you open the bracket, so we have 13.5 equals to W multiplied by W, that's W squared, plus 1.5 multiplied by W, that's 1.5 W. So you can now rewrite it as W squared plus 1.5 W minus 13.5 equals to 0. So we can now change this decimal to fraction. So if we change the decimal to fraction, we have W squared plus 15 over 10 W minus 135 all over 10. All over 10 equals to what? 0. So multiply through by 10 to clear the denominator. Multiply through by 10. So we have 10 W squared plus 15 W minus 135 equals to 0. Then 5 is common, so we can we can divide through by 5. So if we divide through by 5, we have 10 over 5, or 10 W squared over 5, then 15 W over 5, then 135 over 5, then 0 over 5. Then 5 here, 1, that's 2 W squared, plus 5 and 15, that's 3 W minus 5 and 5, 1, 5 and 13, 2. So we are left with 3 and 35, 7. So 5 and 135 is 27, which is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation according to the topic. So we now have 2W squared plus 3W minus 27 equals to 0. So we are going to factorize as well. So we now have 2W squared multiplied by 27. That is 2W squared multiplied by minus 27 give us minus 54W squared. So we now look for two factors of minus 54W squared that will add up to 3. So you can use the SCM format, just divide 54, 2 in 54, that was 27, 3 in 27, 9, 3 in 9, 3, 3 in 3, 1. So we now do, here we have 2 and 3, and here we have 3 and 3. So 2 times 3, that's 6, 3 times 3, 9. So 9 times 6 give us minus 54. But what of 9 minus? So we now have 9 W and minus 6 W. Because 9 W minus 6 W give us plus 3 W. But 9 W multiplied by minus 6 W will give us minus 54 W squared. So we now replace 3 W with 9 W and minus 6 W. So we now have 2 W squared plus 9 W minus 6 W minus 27 equals to 0. So we now group 2 W squared plus 9 W in bracket, then minus, so we factor out minus, so we'll be left with plus CW, then plus 27 equals to 0. So we look for the common factor here. So the common factor is W. So we have W into 2W squared plus 9. Then minus, common factor here is 3. So common factor is 3. So you are left with 3 in 6W, that's 2W, plus 3 in 27, that's 9, which is equals to 0. So you look for another common, okay, this one is W, not W squared. So we have W into 2W plus 9, then 2W plus 9, 2W plus 9 is common. So factor out 1, 2W plus 9, into, so you are left with W minus 3 equals 0. So you can now say either 2W plus 9 equals 0 or W minus 3 equals 0. So from the first, that is 2W equals to 9, and then minus 9. So W equals to minus 9 all over 2, which is minus 4.5. Then the second value of W is W equals to 3. So since we are dealing with measurement, we are going to go for the positive answer, not the negative one. So we go for W equals to 3. But we are looking for dimension. Dimension means is to look for the length and the breadth. So to know the length, so the length which is equals to L, which is equals to W plus 1.5. So it's going to be L equals to, the value for W is 3, that's 3 plus 1.5, which is 4.5 meters. So the second value, which is the width, we can now say the width is 3. That's W, which is 3 meters, So the dimension of the rectangular floor will now be equals to 4.5 meters by 3 meters. So that is the dimension of the rectangular floor. So this is the end of the second example. So we'll be expecting the third example now. So example 3. Example 3 says a carpet with length 26 meters and with 20 meters covers the center floor of a large hall. The area of the uniform uncovered part which surrounds it is given as 312 meters squared. So calculate the length and the weight of the hall. So what we are going to do, we are going to draw the rectangular hall. So this is the rectangular hall. Then we have the carpet with length 26 meters covers the center floor. So the center floor, let's assume the center floor is this. Here is the center floor. So the center floor is of length 26 meters and width 20 meters. Width is 20 meters. Then the area of the uniform uncovered. So the area of the uniform uncovered part which surrounded is given as 312. So calculate the length and width of the hall. So the length and width of the hall, this is the hall, and here is the rectangular carpet. So if you look at what we are looking for, we are looking for the length of the hall and the width of the hall. So to get that, we don't know from here to here, which is, let's call it x. So this one too, from here to here is x. Then also, according to the question says the area of the uniform uncovered. So uniform uncovered, it means from here to here is equal to from here to here. So this is also x. Then this place too is also, and this one, this is x as well. So here we have 20. So it means the length of the hall we are looking for is from here to here is equal to from here to here. If you look at it, it's rectangular in shape, and opposite side of the rectangle are the same. So the length we are looking for will now be s plus 26 plus x, while the width will be s plus 20 plus x. Then the area of the uncovered is given as 312 meters squared. So to do this, we are going to look for the area of the carpet, then area of the rectangular floor. So area of the hall. So to get that, it will be area of the hall, area of the hall equals to area of the uncovered floor, uncovered floor plus area of the carpet. So what is area of the hall? Area of the hall will now be length times width. That is length of the hall. Length of the hall will be 26 plus x plus x. Then multiplied by the width of the hall. That is 20 plus x plus x. So which is equal to area of the uncovered floor. Area of the uncovered floor is given as 312. Then plus area of the carpet. Area of the carpet will be length of the carpet multiplied by width of the carpet, which is 26 multiplied by 20. So we now have 26 plus 2x multiplied by 20 plus 2x. So which is equal to 312 plus 2 multiplied by 6. That's 12 to carry 1. 2 multiplied by 2, 4 plus 1, 5, then 0. That is 520. So 26 multiplied by 20 is 520. So we now open this bracket. So which is 26 multiplied by 20, that's 520 plus 26 times 2x, that is 52x, then plus 40x plus 4x squared equals to 312 plus 520. That's 520. Then here we have 4x squared plus 52 plus 40, that is 92x, then plus 520 minus 520 minus 312 equals to 0. So we have 4x squared plus 92x minus 520 minus 520 is 0. So you are left with 312 equals to 0. So I think 2 can go. 2 and 2, that's 2s and 4, 2s squared plus 2 and 9, that's 4, remainder 1, and 12, 6, that is 46s minus 2 here, 1, remainder 1, making 10, and 5, and 10, that's 5, remainder 1, that is 12, 6, that is 156, equals to 0. 2 can still go. We have x squared plus 23x minus 2 and 15, that's 7, remainder 1, and 16, 8. So we have 78 equals to 0. We have x squared plus 23x minus 78 equals 0. So we now factorize. So we have minus 78 x squared. So let's look for SCM format. That is to look for the two factors of 78 that we add up to 23. So 2 in 78, 39. 3 in 39, that's 13. 13 in 13, 1. So 6 and 13 cannot give us 23. So we now pick 26, that's 2 times 3, 13, 26. 26 and 3 will give us, so 26 and 3. So 26 minus 3 will give us 23. Then 26x multiplied by minus 3x will give us minus 78x squared. So we now have x squared plus 26x minus 3x minus 78 equals 0. So we now have x squared plus 26x minus So you are left with 3x plus 78 equal 0. So we now look for the common factor, that's x, into s plus 26 minus 3 into s minus, plus 26 equal 0. So we have s plus 26, then s minus 3 equal 0. So therefore, s is equals to minus 26 or s is equals to 3. So since we are dealing with dimension, so we go for the positive answer, which is s equals to what? S equals to 3. Since we are looking for the length and width of the odd, so you can now say the length of the odd, the length equals to 26 plus 2x. So which is 26 plus 2 into 3. That is 26 plus 6, which is equals to 42 meters. While the width 32 meters. So where the width equals to 20 plus 2x. So from here, this is what we are looking for. That is s plus 20 plus x. That is 20 plus 2s, which is equals to 20 plus 2 into 3. So we have 20 plus 6, which is equals to 26 meters. So the length of the odd is 32 meters, while the width of the odd is 26 meters. So this is the end of question 3. So thank you.